And I'm going to be persuading my audience to sign a petition to stop lethal force. So, according to WashingtonPost.com, just in 2016, there have been 730 police shootings where citizens have been shot and killed by the police. Police shootings are happening everywhere and are detrimental to our society. Today, I will present to you detailed needs outlining what is lethal force, when can police officers use lethal weapons, and and I will show you how we can benefit from police using non-lethal force. As an African American, I have seen a lot of videos of unarmed African Americans getting shot by the police. I've also know that not only African Americans are getting shot, but all races. Knowing police shootings affect everybody, I know police can find a way to protect everyone without using lethal weapons. Let's begin with some information about lethal force. Okay. So, according to PA.gov, a lethal weapon is any firearm, device, instrument, material, or any other substance that is capable of bringing about a great bodily harm or death. According a recent interview with a North Carolina police officer states that an officer can use lethal force if he or she feels like their life is in any danger. Meaning, it doesn't have to be a dangerous situation, but if he or she feels that their life is in danger, they can use lethal force. For example, in the situation with Walter Scott, an African American male who was stopped by a police officer. The police officer approaches Scott's car. After speaking to Scott, he then returns to his cop car. Scott exits his car and flees from the police officer, with the police officer chasing after him. The police officer ended up shooting him because he felt his life was in danger. Now that we have identified the problem, let's take a look at the solutions. After doing research, I am pleased to know that there's a solution to this problem. The solution is the officer can use non-lethal force. A non-lethal force is a soft continuum. So they use hard hands, then they use soft hands, then they use OC, and then they use pepper spray. According to a recent interview with a North Carolina police officer, police get formal training every year and are trying to focus on non-lethal force. Now that we have examined a variable solution, let us visualize how you and I can benefit by non-lethal force. According to debate.org, 60% of people out of 100 said that police should use lethal force because if there's a shooting that breaks out in the street, the police should be allowed to use deadly force due to a need of survival. In the looser terms, they are simply defending themselves. Also, not only do police need to protect themselves, but they might need deadly force in order to protect innocents and citizens as well. Therefore, we need to use non-lethal weapons, especially if they're not in a threatening position. If the citizen that is causing the problem does not have a weapon, then there's no need to use a weapon. A second benefit is that the citizens are less afraid of police. When people see the police, they want to feel safe, not that they're fearing for their lives. Let us summarize what we have just discussed involving non-lethal force. In conclusion, police shootings are happening everywhere and becoming more detrimental into our society. Also, that there are 730 citizens killed by the police officer in just 2016. Lethal weapons are any firearm, device, instrument, material, or any other substance that is capable of bringing about great bodily harm or death. There is a solution by enforcing non-lethal force for police officers. So what I want you guys to do is log on to www.action.aclu.org and sign their petition to Congress about police officers using non-lethal force. Thank you.